Hi, it's time for today's team meeting. Today, I'm going to talk about how to protect your peace. So I'm going to give you 5 tips that you can use at work and 5 tips that you can use at home. Use them both, throw them in the trash. Give me more suggestions on what you do to protect your peace. But take action on something to protect your peace. We talk about how to take care of ourselves and love ourselves on Friday. So that's what we're doing. So let me give you an update on what's going on here. I'm in Phoenix, so look at the weather. It's cloudy, but still gorgeous. But it'll be hot in a couple months. I won't be able to say that or wear jackets like this. So this jacket I bought last year, it's real cute. It's suede-y. It's too tight, probably because it was put in the wash. Not by me, because it still had the tags on it when it got to me. COVID made it tight. I don't care, I'm still wearing it. I'm sorry, we're shaking here with the camera. All right, what else is going on? I'm looking at my notes. There are some things I wanted to make sure I talked about. Oh yeah, Kraft is coming up with pink macaroni and cheese. And that's for Valentine's Day. So if you want to pick that up, Google it. Kraft pink macaroni and cheese. It sounds yummy. Yummy. Okay, sports. Because I want to hit all the bases, right? As many bases as I can for everybody out there. Blake Griffin, NBA player, Detroit Pistons. Are you surprised that I know that? He plays for Detroit. He used to play for the Lakers. So the joke on Twitter is that he always plays really well, and he plays really well when he's playing against the Lakers. So he had a really good game. He was playing against LeBron. He had 23 points. They beat the Lakers pretty bad. And so the joke is he can play really well when it comes to his ex team. But doesn't that remind you of how you're like out and about, or you run into your ex on social media and you feel good about yourself? You're like wearing an outfit that you love, or you just done something that's amazing. And so you're happy to run into them because you're happy to show them how you're doing. So I kind of feel like that. No? Is that a dumb analogy? All right, moving on. There's another sports analogy I have, because why not? The Baseball Hall of Fame, for the first time in how many years? Oh no, I don't know how many years. Nope. The Baseball Hall of Fame didn't nominate anyone from the Major League Baseball. Any of the GOATs, greatest of all times. None of them got nominated. I thought that was interesting. I think you stay on the list and you stay eligible, and then each year you figure out if you rise to the top and people vote for you, you get enough votes, like 200 plus votes. Who's voting? I don't know. I don't know who votes. Maybe other people who are already in it? No, that can't be right. Okay, anyway. No one got nominated this year. All right. Are you over this? Are you over it? Because I'm full of information. So again, today we're talking about peace, how to protect your peace. So I'm going to give you 5 tips for work, 5 tips for your personal life. Use them, throw them in the trash, or maybe even give me some suggestions for things that you do to protect your own peace. I'd love to hear from you. So in the comments, tell me, what do you do to protect your peace in COVID? Maybe we can learn from each other. So to transition there, I'll just tell a funny story about myself. I'm not really good with small talk. So once, I don't know why I remembered this, but I was in Canada for work. Toronto? Yeah. Toronto. Great city. Great city. And I was in a cab. This was my first time, I think, in Canada at the time. So I didn't understand how the money was different and how to tip. And so I was nervous in the cab. And so I was talking too much to the cab driver. And so I just transitioned to asking him, what are you going to do after work? And I realized, because of his actions after that was probably not a really wise thing to ask, because he assumed that I was wanting to do something with him after work. So he gave me his card, and he kept explaining to me how to reach him. After I gave him the tip, he explained me how the money worked. So it got awkward, and I thought, why is he so persistent here? And I realized, well, Tara, you opened the door, you asked him what he's doing after work. I really just got nervous and was just wondering what he was going to do after work. But his after work, it was nighttime. So what are you really doing, Tara? I know, I sometimes put myself in such awkward positions. Anyway, learn from my awkwardness. Let's get into the 5 tips for work. Tip number 1 for Zoom meetings. That's the first one I want to talk about. If you're working at home and you're doing Zoom meetings, let me give you a suggestion on how to protect your peace. And a colleague of mine actually did this with some success. I'm not saying it's going to be absolute success. And that is to block your calendar so that you aren't available every hour and someone can book you for meetings and you end up with 8 hours straight meetings without a break in between. That's not humane, guys. So look at your calendar. Take 15 minutes off every couple hours and block it so no one can expect you to dial into a meeting that they're setting up because they're only focused on what they need. They don't know that you've already been in other meetings. And if your calendar is free, your calendar is free. You take control of that and book yourself like a 30-minute break to think about the meetings you've had. Plan for the meetings you're about to go into. It makes you more effective. It makes you more productive, and it keeps your peace a little bit more. You can hold on to more of your peace that way. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2. This is not really work related, but it can be. You got to protect who you're listening to. If people in the meetings, people and your colleagues, people in your circle are full of negativity, just because it's very easy to do that, COVID or non-COVID, you're going to have to withdraw yourself from conversations that don't feed your peace. And if everyone wants to complain and no one wants to come up with solutions in your circle of people, it's your responsibility to take control of that. So I know this could also be personal. So other examples would be social media. You don't have to block everybody that's negative or toxic, but you can certainly unfollow them. If it's going to protect your peace, you still want to preserve the relationship, click on follow on Facebook. Don't follow their stories on Instagram. Protect yourself. If you want to protect the relationship, those are ways to do it. Or you can just all out block, or don't pick up the call, or don't answer the text. You got to protect your peace. It's uncomfortable, particularly if that person is used to you responding or engaging, but you got to take control of it. Step number 3. If you're working from home, or if you are forced to go to the work site, you got to get some fresh air. Even if it's cold fresh air, you've got to take control. Say, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Set a timer, go outside, get some fresh air. If you don't leave the house, then put your head out the door and get some fresh air. Walk around the block, go get a coffee, go get a tea. Change your environment, because staying in the same room, conference room, room where you're in your home where you're taking meetings, hour after hour after hour without taking time, it's not healthy. You got to protect your peace. Moving on. If you're going into a tough situation, a tough meeting, or feel like you're having a tough moment, or just had a tough meeting, or even a tough conversation, play your favorite song or play something that pumps you up. My daughter's into MC Hammer's You Can't Touch This. The beat really gets her, which is hilarious to me, and I'm fine, so we go with it. So last night I just turned music on and we danced, and she said, "What's mommy doing?" Because she knows me as silly now, which is who I am. And so we danced. I was exhausted too. One song made me tired. What am I doing with my life? She was so happy. We just threw our hands up, we threw them down, we did silly dances, and in the process I'm getting her heart rate up, and we're also exercising her hands and her arms. Do it. Try it. Find a song on Spotify or Google or YouTube, whatever song. Find something. Let it pump you up. So we've done Zoom meetings, social media. Leave the room, turn on the music. Last one for really work. Also could go over to home. Ask for more time on something if you need it, guys. It's humane to say, I need more time to finish something, rather than turning in something that's not good quality because you rushed and didn't have enough time. We're in a pandemic. People have got to show grace and mercy towards each other. Start with yourself. Ask for more time. You can do it, and also commit to quality work. Don't be lazy about it, but say, I need some more time. Can you give me another hour, another 2 hours, another day, another week, another this? Because I need more time to complete this with quality. Try it. practice saying it, because if you're scared to say no to things, it could be a trigger for you. We're running out of time, but I'm committed to the 5 things for home. All right. Say no when you need to. No is a sentence, and if the person you're saying no to isn't happy, that does not mean you should have said yes. No can be the final answer. Number 2. If you snap at someone, if you're unkind, apologize. Because you know when you are. You know when you've snapped. You know you've been short with someone. If you have, apologize. Because it's going to make you feel bad. So release yourself from it by saying, you know what, I apologize. I think I came across a little too sharp on that point I made to you. Forgive me. And move on. And forgive yourself. Number 3. There's a quote I found, which is brilliant. Stephen Bartlett, he's a CEO person in the UK. Young guy. Here's the quote. Well, I'm going to summarize it. We don't fear new things. We don't fear new relationships. We don't fear new jobs. We fear old pain. So I'm going to need you to be tender with yourself. If there are things that you're afraid to do, or things that are torturing you right now, it could be that you're remembering old pain. And one of the triggers could be from this pandemic, a memory of being out of control, a memory of being disappointed and not getting what you want. So I'm going to need you to be nice to yourself, because this pandemic could be triggering all kinds of old pain for you. It's real. Moving on. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Laughter. Protect your peace by finding a way to laugh. It's easy for me. I live with a 2-year-old. And I also love to laugh. So I'm going to find a way to laugh, even if it's just me laughing in the middle of the night to myself, with myself, at myself. Go to YouTube. Go to Instagram. They have so many funny memes. Reach out to me. If you love memes, you want somebody to make you laugh or help you laugh or laugh with, I'm your girl. I'm laughing all day long. At myself, at situations, at life, at tight jackets that I pretend like someone else washed when it's really just my girth. Number 5. Stop being so judgmental on yourself. Thinking you should be so much further along because of the pandemic time. You've had more time to yourself. More time because you're not going out into the world as much. Stop being hard on yourself. Protect your peace by being kind to yourself. You've got to start there. Start with kindness. You being kind to you. Okay? Let's summarize the tips for yourself. Say no. If you snapped at somebody, if you came in a little hot on a conversation and you need to cool down, apologize. Recognize that this pandemic may be triggering fears, old pain for you, and be kind to yourself about that. You may be angry and scared for reasons that you can't pinpoint, but it could be from old pain, and this pandemic could really be shedding a light on it. 4, laugh, LOLs. 5, stop being hard on yourself. We got 5 things for work, 5 things for home. Combine them, use them, add more. Tell me what you're doing. Let's grow together. Let's laugh together. Let's learn together. These team meetings are for you to have tips and ways to know that you're not alone, and that there are ways to move through whatever pain you're experiencing, whatever tough challenges you're experiencing. That's why we do this. Have a good weekend. Thanks for joining today's team meeting, and I'll come at you again on Monday. Be well and be kind to yourself. All right, talk to you soon.